Hey, it's Jeremy. Do you find yourself spending too much money on food but struggle to find a strategy to make a lasting change? Today I'm going to show you my method for rocking your menu. Today I'm going to show you the step-by-step method my family uses to take control of our grocery bill and repurpose our dollars to other goals. In our household with 2 adults, an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old, our grocery budget is $630 a month. That's right, everything we eat, food for school lunches, laundry detergent, paper goods, everything is accomplished with that amount of dollars per month. And if you know where I live, you know it's an expensive state to live in. So if this plan works for us, I know you will reap benefits from it as well. So let's jump into it. First, have a plan. Meal planning is essential to your success in making the most of your dollar. No, I'm not talking about Blue Apron or other similar services. Those services are focused on convenience, not savings, and are not cost effective. Rather, I'm talking about services such as e-meals. For as little as $5 a month, e-meals sends you a weekly list of recipes, nicely organized with everything you need to buy the ingredients and make the meal. Here's an example. Each meal is broken into 3 columns. On the left is the name of this recipe and any side dishes, an estimate of how much prep time and cook time is needed, and nutritional information. In the middle column is all the ingredients listed by dish. And in the right column is all the cooking instructions for each dish. This information continues in this format for usually a couple pages depending on how long the information is for the recipes that week. And on the very last page is a list of all the ingredients with a reference to each meal they belong to, so you can easily go into your store and get everything you need. On the right of that section is all the staples you will need for that week. They assume you have these, but list them there just in case you need to get or restock any of them. They also have a great mobile app where you can see all the same information, as well as pictures, the ability to favorite recipes, and the ability to easily add the ingredients of the recipe you're planning to make to the app's built-in shopping list. E-meals offers a large variety of meal plan options with everything from budget-friendly to gluten-free. No matter what kind of solution you use, the point is to have a plan. Next, have a strategy. Every Saturday night, my wife and I take 30 minutes to review that week's flyers for all the major supermarkets. With those sales in mind, we then turn our attention to the meal planning. This way we can use our knowledge of what's on sale that week to choose recipes rather than the other way around. Flyers for your local supermarket can usually be easily found on their website. As you're reviewing the flyers and making the meal plan, make sure you're making a list. Now, e-meals has this function built in, as you saw, so you can easily use that for everything, but we prefer to use a different app called Grocery IQ. With Grocery IQ, you can have a list for multiple stores, add specific prices by item, either by unit or weight, and if you put in those prices, the list even shows you a running total based on what is and isn't checked off as you're shopping. That is an awesome way to stay budget conscious while shopping. And lastly, have a system. There are many different ways to accomplish this, but the system we love the best and use is Paprika. Let me show you how it works. Paprika is an app for your mobile device and computer that is basically the digital equivalent of a recipe box like Mom always had. Remember those cards with cursive writing on them? It's hard to pick a favorite feature, but here's a couple. The browser area of the app allows you to search Google or anywhere for a particular recipe on the internet. This is even faster if you have the direct link you can paste in the browser. There's a way to get this if you're using e-meals. Check the associated blog post for this video for how. Once you find a recipe through the browser, either by pasting a link or searching, you can simply hit the Create Recipe button in the bottom right, and Paprika magically processes information on that page and formats it to perfectly fit into all the sections of the new recipe card for Paprika. Simply let it do its magic, review it quickly to add categories for easy sorting later and make any needed tweaks, and then hit Save, and voila! It's in your recipe box now, and you can easily, with a couple of taps, add it to your calendar for the meal plan right within the app. Once a recipe is in your archive, there are 3 other features that are very handy when you're trying to cook. First, whenever the app is open, the screen will not dim or turn off, which is very handy when your hands are messy, but you still, of course, need to see the recipe. Second, with just a couple taps, you can easily change the scale of the recipe, and the app will automatically change all the ingredient amounts for you. This can save some serious brain power and helps you avoid mistakes while cooking. And third, you can easily set built-in timers by tapping the words in the instructions, and Paprika lets you also set multiple timers, so it's very easy to stay on top of what you need to do next. Make sure if you're newer or less experienced with cooking from home to save money that you start with recipes that are easy to cook and call for ingredients that are easy to find. Again, paprika is what we use and it makes things very easy. No matter what you use, have a system for easily referencing the recipe. You want this to be as little stress as possible. So, to recap, our process chronologically is to review flyers, pick meals from our archive in Paprika and that week's new emails options, add those meals to the meal planning function of Paprika, add the ingredients from those meals and anything else we saw in the flyers that we need to our grocery list and grocery IQ, and then go out Sunday afternoon to do the weekly grocery shopping. I hope you found this information helpful. Make sure to download my free ebook, The Money Finder, and come join us in the Strong Together Money community. It's my free Facebook community designed to keep you focused, informed, and growing in your finances. This has been Jeremy with Strength in Numbers, helping you find more money to fund your dreams.